fun fact, I really love carbs. They're my favorite food. And the other day I tried to make cinnamon rolls and they didn't rise, so we're gonna redeem myself today. And I'm really excited. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so for this you're gonna need a KitchenAid mixer and a pot. I'm gonna throw 2 cups of milk in the pot and scald it, and we'll go forward from there. I don't know if you guys know, but to scald milk, you're just gonna heat it until it develops a little skin and or lots of little bubbles across the top. And you just wanna make sure to stir it every now and then so that she is doing everything she needs to do. Alrighty, so while our milk is scalding, we're gonna put a cup of water and some yeast in there and let it warm up and activate. And yeah, half a cup of warm water. Alrighty, so now that we have the warm water in here, we're gonna throw the yeast in. So I've just got this active dry yeast that we keep in the fridge so that when we don't need her, she stays asleep. Because the cool thing about yeast is it's actually like these little living organisms, and they do stuff. Obviously my measurements are incredibly precise and specific, because you gotta do that when baking. Okie dokie, so we just put the yeast in the warm water. That's what she looks like. And you can see around the edge where she's starting to activate. She's getting all bubbly. And so yeah, you're just gonna stir that around, make sure it all's getting some water and all that good jazz. I'm cooking alone today, which is totally fine, happens all the time. But usually I'll have my laptop sitting over here, and right now I'm watching Downton Abbey on it while I wait for everything to kind of do its thing. So if you don't have a cooking buddy, that's what I would recommend. Okay, so we just poured the milk into the yeast and water, and that's what it looks like, and you're just gonna kind of mix it up, and yeah. We're also gonna need half a cup of melted butter. I always forget to melt mine ahead of time, so I'm just gonna chop it up and put it in the bowl and throw it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then we can dump that in. Our butter is all melty. Ta-da! We're also gonna need half a cup of sugar, so we're just gonna dump that in our milk and yeast mixture. So there's always a little bit of residual butter left in the bowl, and I like to just get a spatula because you're gonna need one in a while anyway, and just scrape it in. Because butter makes everything better, and you gotta make sure you have enough of it. Okay, so to finish our dough, we're gonna need 7 cups of all-purpose flour, as well as 2 tablespoons of salt and 2 eggs. So we bake a lot, and so we have this massive 5-pound bag of flour. However, scooping 7 cups of flour out of here is a pain. So we're just going to dump some flour into a different bowl and scoop it out of there. And put it in there gradually and mix it up, and then we're gonna have dough. Baker's life is the life for me. Flour everywhere. See if I can crack an egg one-handed. Look at that. It's not pretty, but I did it, and I'm a professional chef. I got a little bit of shell in there though. Oh snap. You know, I'll probably find it while kneading. It's fine. Just don't shh. She's good. Always wash your hands after cracking an egg because salmonella. Just kind of whenever you're measuring flour, you don't want it too compact, but you also don't want too much on the top. So you just kind of dump her in like so. Totally missed like half the bowl on that one. You just put her in there and then close it, make sure to lock it. Turn her on low and let her go until she forms the dough. And after every time you dump in some flour, make sure to scrape the sides down with your trusty spatula. Okay, so it should be beginning to look like dough. I'm just gonna scrape down the side. My trusty little spatula. I think Levi's here. So now we're gonna knead the dough. You're gonna knead it for about 5 to 10 minutes. So we just spent a few minutes kneading our dough, and now we're going to oil a clean bowl and put her in there and let her rest for about an hour. While you're waiting for your bread to rise, I usually go watch a show or chill with a friend. Levi's over here playing with a freaking lighter like an idiot. But yeah, while you're waiting, just kind of hang out. So, it's been an hour. Our bread has risen, and it's time to cut it in half and roll it out and make some cinnamon rolls. She's so pretty. No.
And then you throw yourself in the oven.
That's disgusting.
No, but you heard have you seen like the manly way to eat ramen? Snort the flavoring and
that.
drink boiling water or something like that.
What?
So,
Just gonna roll this in there. Just roll this out into a big old square. Hey, Levi, you want to melt some butter for me?
yeah.
Thanks.
Heat up some butter.
Melt it.
But like a head cup will like pull up like 5 tickets or something. Too many.
So now that we rolled out the dough, it's in a rough square. We're going to put the melted butter and cinnamon and sugar on there and make some cinnamon rolls.
Spot.
So we got our dough, our pan ready, and the butter. So I'm not sure if you can really tell, but we put the butter on there. And make sure to do like a lot of cinnamon because this is literally the only flavoring going into this. Okay, so as you can tell, she got a little bit darker because we put in some more cinnamon. Now we're just gonna dump her on here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to mix up some more cinnamon and sugar, but that's what it looks like so far. I think I made too much this time.
For real, dude?
Yeah, for real, dude.
Why would you do that?
Shut up.
Extra flavor. Almonds.
No, you don't put almonds in.
I don't know where your other nuts are.
Do we not have it? So then you just kind of take it from the edge and roll it towards the middle. There's a hole in it. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Close. I'm sad.
It wasn't that bad. Now it's fixable.
It's okay. Everything's fine. No issues here. Okay. Now we're going to get some string and cut it and put it in the pan and let it rise for another like half hour. And we'll cook them. Yeah. Then you just kind of set them in the pan. You don't want them touching. I usually do like 12 in a pan. I don't know. Don't question me. I doubt that any of you are actually following this video if you're trying to actually make cinnamon rolls. But you know, we're all here for vibes. Everything is fine.
I'm back.
Hey, Levi's back. So we only have this much left, so I'm just gonna shove it into the pan and it'll be fine. Just right there. It works. No judgment. She's kind of tall. Just leave her alone. She's doing her best. Now you're gonna let it rise for like half an hour and then you'll put it in the oven. In the meantime, clean your workspace because the clean workspace is how you stay sane. Says my mother. I never do that. So while I would recommend turning on the oven. It can go 350 for half an hour, so let that preheat. It has been half an hour and they have risen. They're all big and fluffy and delicious. And so now we're gonna pop it in the oven for half an hour. Okay, so we just pulled the cinnamon rolls out of the oven. Now we're gonna make a cream cheese frosting and put them on there.
Those are gonna be really good.
So you can take your clean bowl and you're going to beat up some cream cheese. Block of cream cheese. You're gonna take this bad boy and open her up. And then you're gonna make sure to scrape this off because there's lots of delicious cream cheese. So then you scrape this off because you want all the yummy cream cheese off of there. Ta-da, you put it in your bowl. And you're just gonna beat the cream cheese by itself for a few minutes. Make it get all aerated and delicious so that it's easier to add the other ingredients in. I don't even think you were in the shot. You were? Whoa, look at that. Once you've sufficiently softened your cream cheese, you're going to add in powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla and beat that up as well. So this is what your cream cheese should look like after you've beat it up. So you can take some powdered sugar. I don't know if I said powdered sugar earlier, but you're gonna take her and you're gonna dump some in a bowl. That's probably enough. So you're just gonna eyeball it and then mix it all up. Scrape down the sides of your bowl. So I just added the powdered sugar and beat it up all nice. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of milk because right now it's a little thick and we want it to be a glaze. Go, no. Splish splash like I'm taking it back. Yeah, just throw a little more milk in there, maybe more powdered sugar. I would recommend tasting it before you put more powdered sugar in there. So I just added the milk in there and it's a lot thinner, as you can tell, and I'm gonna taste it and see if it needs any more powdered sugar. I think it's delicious. I'm gonna put a little more powdered sugar in there because the cream cheese is coming through a little bit strong and not everybody likes that. And we'll pour some vanilla in there and call it a day. This lighting is great for my eyeballs. Not that any of you care, but vanilla, we're just gonna... Okay, there's this beeping going on in the background and I am genuinely a little bit concerned that my house is going to blow up because we can't figure out where it's coming from. Yeah, so we just sprinkled a little bit of vanilla in there. Now we're gonna dump some more powdered sugar. Not a ton, but enough. Because you also want to make sure that you have enough glaze to put over all of your cinnamon rolls. Okay, so we just got all the ingredients in there, and I'm gonna taste it again, see how she tastes, and then we'll pour over the cinnamon rolls. So we got our cinnamon rolls, we got our glaze, and you're just kind of gonna... No, that's a bad idea. We're gonna spoon it on. So maybe she's a little thick. If you don't like your frosting thick, add more milk. So yeah, now my pan of cinnamon rolls is coated and we can eat. That sounds terrible. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any requests for videos I should do next, let me know.